Hey, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to Life Mastery Decoded for women and women entrepreneurs, where I help you decode the struggles in your life in the areas of health, wealth, and relationships with mind mastery and meditation tools and techniques so that you can live the life that you're proud of. Welcome to today's podcast. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's podcast where I am hoping to find you living your purpose and making your money. And if you are not living your purpose or making your money, then it is my intention that in today's episode, you find one nugget of transformation, of inspiration to help you move along your path in finding your purpose and making your money. So today I was doing some more learning and marketing and trying to grow my business and my audience. And as a woman entrepreneur and a woman in the personal development field, it is like learning all day long, which is I just love, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Anyway, I was listening to this one of these mentors of mine from this course that I was taking, and he was talking about how you can market and how you can kind of go in this direction, like with your podcast, for example, and building your audience and bringing in other people to interview. So in season 2 of my podcast, I will be bringing other women in here to record with me and share information to offer to you, just to give more value to you. Because I'm only one person. I only have one experience on this planet. I only have one set of thinking, right, and perspective. So I can only give you one perspective. And though I try to jam pack value, I want to bring on other women who can also provide value to you. So he was talking about how to build your audience and this whole process. And during this process he was walking me through, all of a sudden I started realizing I'm being faced with a dilemma. And that dilemma is, do I serve women who are trying to improve their areas of life in wealth, health, and relationships? Or do I want to serve entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and helping them with marketing, which I could do by using some of these other tools that they offer? And it was kind of a dilemma. And what that ended up showing for me is what is my passion and what is my purpose. And if you know me on any personal level, you know that I am 100% about the personal development field. And I know that that field is very broad, but here's how this happens. When I was probably, I bet 9th grade, I started to kind of blossom a little bit and I started to have more friends. And I realized that every single time I would talk with them, it was about developing them as a person. I started asking really deep questions right off the bat to get them to think, to get them to become aware. And that is really my purpose. And so my whole journey has been developing myself. So as I'm going along the journey, I'm pulling in all of these tools and I'm learning all of these things, these techniques based on my own problems and struggles in life. But I'm also putting those tools in my back pocket. If they worked, I kept them. If they didn't, I got rid of them. And as I met other women and other people, men and women, really, no matter what work environment I was in, you kind of gather around the water cooler and they complain about their lives. And here I am asking deeper questions, getting them to broaden their awareness and see that they have a different choice. So in this video that I was watching, the dilemma that showed up is I can work over in this area that I just absolutely love, and working with women and helping their relationships and helping them with their health. Like when I was in personal training or personal trainer and a boot camp instructor, I'm helping all these women with their health and talking about their relationships with themselves. It was great and I loved it. However, there wasn't a lot of money in there. And I'm not talking about just the health industry. I'm just talking about the customer but I just loved it. And so I was constantly attracted to it. When I was in Facebook groups and people were talking about their lives, I'm like posting and sharing with them. And I would go and do research and then I would come back with the answer. And I just loved it. And when we had our meditation room expos and we would travel all over like Michigan and a couple nearby states, and we would go and we'd have our booth and we'd sell our meditation products, people would come in and they would just feel so comfortable because I was allowing this conversation to take place versus I just want to sell you a product. So then I got to thinking today, if the dilemma is building relationships versus money or serving my purpose versus money, I sat back saying, well, which one's more important? Well, immediately it is more important for me to serve my purpose. But at the same time, man, it sure would be nice to have money. Well, if you are an entrepreneur and you have a heart-centered business, you are facing the same dilemma that I am. And I ask you this, in your purpose, serving your customer, would more money help you to do that? Would more money expand your purpose in that area? And that's a resounding yes for me. Not only is money this thing that we secretly all want more of, but it makes us selfish if we talk about it. It makes us greedy if we share that we want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And it makes us, come across as being greedy because we're taught to not talk about it. We're taught to not ask people how much money they make. We're taught to kind of ignore that fact. Well, I'm telling you, reach for it. We want more money because what would it do? It expands us. And what do I mean by that? If I'm as a coach and a consultant, well, I'm not a consultant, but a coach and a course creator and a public speaker, more money allows me to be on more platforms. It allows me to hire people to do some of the things that I don't want to do as an entrepreneur, like create copy, which is just the writing, and to build my website or to create graphics or whatever. I don't want to do that. I want to be here on stage with you. As I'm standing in my living room today recording, this is where I become into alignment. This is me sharing my message with you. So if I have more money, not only could I travel more and be on more stages, but I could give back to my family. I could buy nicer, newer clothes. I could get my hair cut by a professional instead of doing it myself. And don't make fun either, because I do a pretty good job. So, but I could expand my purpose with more money. So I asked you, the very first question of today's podcast, what would $5,000 more a month do for you? How would that expand you? How would that give back to you in creating the life that you really want to live and a life that you really want to be proud of? So now I'll go back to purpose. What is your purpose? What do you absolutely love to do? What if you lost your job today? What would you now go learn to become an expert at, to get paid to do every single day? For me, it would be this. If I lost my job, this is what I would do. I'm already doing it. I'm already in alignment with everything that I absolutely love about personal development. I love speaking, so I'm a speaker. I love creating courses, so I create courses. I love coaching, so I do that, right? I don't love to necessarily make videos, so I don't make them as often. I know I probably should and whatever, but okay. So now if I'm faced with this dilemma, I feel like, and if you listen to the Art of Decision Making, we feel like we have to choose between these two things. I can either live my purpose or I can make money. Then it's a matter of, well, I would rather be happy, because I could quit doing this and I could go get my law degree and become a lawyer and make a lot more money than I'm doing right now. But I don't want to be a lawyer. I'd be miserable. And I tell Amy all the time, when there's times where I get through this marketing stuff and I'm trying to figure out how to reach a broader audience. And I'm trying to figure out all the behind the scenes as I'm working on my website and building the things digitally that I need to have as a businesswoman. Then I'm like, I should just go get a job. And then she goes, oh, please don't, because I know how crabby you're going to be when you get one. So here I am living my purpose. And over here, there might be more money to be made. And I feel like I have to decide between the two. And I tell you right now, the third decision is where the happy medium lies. And I ask, can I have both? Can I serve my purpose and make a lot of money? And I will be probably the first woman you've ever heard say this. I want to make a lot of money because I can get on more stages. I can create more courses. I could go faster because I could put ads out there and drive people to my podcast so I can share my message with more people. And I don't have to talk myself into it. Would having more money be more fun? Yes, it would. Would having more money to be able to fix my car or my septic tank or my furnace be a lot easier and less stressful? Yes. Is it more work? Well, yes, because as an entrepreneur, I'm like 40 hours a day. I mean, I am morning, noon, night thinking about my podcast, my business, my marketing, right? I'm thinking about serving. I'm thinking about content. I'm thinking about how do I provide more value? So Why would you want to do more of what you love versus making more money, doing the job that you hate, or that working with people that you hate? For one, and I'm going to give you a short list here, but for one, doing what you love is less stressful because you love it. You know, like I hate doing laundry. That's my least favorite chore of all chores. But I do it, but I hate it, right? But the jobs that I do love, I do them with absolutely no problems because I love it. Recording podcasts and sharing with you, I love it, which is why I've got 27 or 28 right in a row without missing a day. And I just love it. And it just is a really great outlet. So it's less stressful. The next is that you just feel good doing it. You feel good living your purpose. So keep these things in mind. If you're someone who's like, I just really don't know what my purpose would be. And if I lost my job, I would just go get another job that pays me roughly the same amount that I get paid right now. But if I ask you, are you happy? And if your answer is no, maybe you need to find more things that bring you joy and do more of that. Because it's probably not the amount of money you're making or not making that's making you happy, because I know people who make a lot of money and they're miserable, but it's because of how they're making their money. That's not fun. They don't enjoy it. Okay, what about if I'm doing what I love, then no obstacle will stop me. I will just forge ahead because it's over there is what I love. I will do anything to keep going over there. And that's totally me. I love personal development. I will do anything I can to continue to go and to serve and to be here and to make money in this arena because that's my purpose. The next is that I will go above and beyond. I will make a commitment to every single day recording a podcast for you to listen to on your way to and from work, or while you're mowing the lawn, or laying in the sun, or walking the dog, right? I will go above and beyond, and that just feels good too. The next is it feels fulfilling. You just feel fulfilled. You feel like I'm serving my purpose. I'm filling my glass. I'm filling my bucket. My heart is full. As I'm doing this, this is my outlet to talk about things that are currently going on in my life and being able to deliver that to you. Because if you get that one nugget, it is because I am living my purpose. And that is my purpose fulfilled, is that you get a nugget today of inspiration to say, you know what? I'm not going to go to that job interview because I really don't want that job. So I'm going to call them right now. And I'm going to go to this job over here that might pay a little bit less, but I know that I'll love it. Okay. And the last one, and I think this is the most important, is as you are doing something that you love, it puts you in alignment, which puts you in that higher vibration and the calmer, relaxed brainwave, which is alpha, and it stimulates creativity. So now as I sit here going, do I want love or money? Do I want to serve my purpose, or do I want to go over here and make money? And I go with the third decision that sits so nicely right in the middle. And I say, I want both. I want to serve my purpose and I want to make a ton of money, because I know with that ton of money, I'm going to build my business. I'm going to build a retreat center for all of you listeners to be able to come to build a community of women coming together who want to go on their personal journey with other women who can help them, who can support them, who can share in their successes and their struggles, to live a life that you're proud of. That's my goal. And I can make money doing that. And I choose to do that. And I can build a community all across the country, maybe even in other countries where there are women who don't have that. Or there's kids who don't have education. I would love to be able to go and build a school in India and teach women how to be entrepreneurs. Oh my God, what a great idea. Well, I can't do that if I'm going to a job every single day that I absolutely hate. And if I go to a job every single day and to a place where I absolutely hate, what is that doing to my relationships at home? What is that doing to my relationships with anybody? Now I go to the grocery store and I'm the crabby customer because I just am at a job I hate, right? So I'm asking you, what are you doing to get more in alignment with your purpose? What are you wanting to learn more about? If you were wiped away from all of your job and all of your income, and you have 30 days to get back into alignment with, start over basically, and you can do anything you wanted, and you are guaranteed to start making money after 30 days, and here's $5,000 to help you get started. What would you go to Google and type in? How do I become a what? How do I make money doing blank? What would you choose? What would you go to the library or go to the bookstore and check out and buy books on what topic, what subject? And remember, it's not something that you have to choose, for the next 45 years that you're going to do, because we don't know. If we've not had enough experiences, we don't know what we might want to geek out on for 45 more years. We have to have those experiences. I didn't start out being, a transformational coach. I started out being in the fitness field, recreation. I was a recreation assistant. And then I was a gym teacher assistant. And then I was a gym teacher. And then I was a personal trainer. And then I was a boot camp instructor, which then turned life coach, which then turned public speaker. And then it just got deeper and deeper and deeper. And here I am. What would you do? Where would you start? What would be your starting point? And that is my little nugget for you today. If you are living your purpose, then absolutely keep going. If you want to make money, then ask yourself the question, if this is my purpose, then how can I make money doing this? How can I provide value to others? What else could I do? How else could I do that? What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? Because if you look at yourself as, let's say, a bucket, you're a bucket and you're filled with all of these emotions that get poured into this bucket. And I pour in joy. And every time the bucket gets to the brim and it starts to overflow, that affects all of my environment. It affects my kids, my relationships, my work, my mental health, my emotional health, my physical well-being, everything. So I'm asking you, what are you putting in your bucket? Are you putting more anger in your bucket or frustration or loneliness or depression? Or are you putting in more joy, fun, and adventure? And if you had an extra $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month coming in from some easy source that you didn't have to work really hard and you didn't have to give a lot of money to, or not money, but not a lot of time to, how would that change your life? What would you go do? And do not let your limiting beliefs stop you from thinking and being creative in this space, because we have to be creative. If we're creating our lives to be proud of, and if you're still listening to this podcast, this episode, that means there's some area of your life that you're just like, I just wish I had a little bit more something in that area. What is the area and what is the more of? And I'm telling you, if you can relax, if you can expand your imagination, if you can ask yourself those hard questions that I'm asking you right now, if you could have both love and money, what would you go do with it? Thanks for listening, and if you liked this episode, please take the time to like and share. Also, please visit me on my other social media pages. I'm on Instagram, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. I'm on Facebook, where we have this community titled Life Mastery Decoded, and it's a community of women and women entrepreneurs where we come together to support one another in sharing our successes and struggles. You can also check out my YouTube channel, where I share my teachings and my personal journey, and it's simply titled Jen Mack, Jenmac. Have a great day, and I hope to hear from you.